Well, what do you guys think about the Brooklyn Nets currently? Do you think that are they still your lock to make it to the NBA Finals now that LaMarcus Aldridge retired and they have all these injuries? Bear in mind, by the way, there's a statistic that James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving have only played 7% of their games together. The Brooklyn Nets are currently 11 and 13 when James Harden doesn't play. And when you factor all of that, the biggest statistic that concerns me is in the past 2 decades, out of each and every championship team, most of these big threes of these championship teams at least played 52% of their games. There's only been 2 times where a championship team big three has only played 50% of their games or like 54% of their games and less. And that was the Cleveland Cavaliers the year they won it. And the other one, I don't want to misquote myself, so I'm going to have to do some digging. But I believe the other one was the 2018 Golden State Warriors.
Okay, so first I want to say I appreciate the stat, but I don't think that's relevant here.
Which stat? I threw like 5.
The big three stat. I don't really think that's relevant or well. No, I do understand the relevance, but I don't think that stat matters at all when it comes to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden.
Do you think they have the chemistry already? You think it's established? They've only played 7% of their games together so far.
I mean, they were training all offseason together as if they were already on the team. So that helps.
Yeah, and we've already seen them like show this immense willingness to adapt to each other's game. That was initially the biggest concern.
Yeah.
Right now, for me, honestly, the biggest concern is just getting everybody healthy. Like, are we going to be able to see this big three together in the playoffs? I know a lot of people thought this was like their version of like load managing. I'm not so sure about that anymore.
Yeah, we got
legitimately concerned. Yeah.
If Durant isn't healthy, no, I don't think they're making the NBA Finals. I think the Bucks or the Sixers will. I mean, the Bucks are very interesting right now because the Bucks are like they're kind of going under the radar, I'd say, because every game with the Bucks, they try a bunch of different things. Like they'll have different offensive and defensive schemes.
Yeah. You're right.
They try out where they're willing to throw games, like not throw, but they're willing to lose a game like here or there because they are trying different things and seeing what works to unleash it for the playoffs. It's the same thing as like when we have LeBron and it's like, okay, well LeBron's doing like this, he's trying out different stuff. Like has always been a media narrative. It's like LeBron saving it for the playoffs. The Milwaukee Bucks as a collective team are saving it for the playoffs right now. So I'm very interested to see what happens once the playoffs come. I'm not sure if we're going to see it in the first round right now. Let's see. The Bucks would be matched up against the Knicks. So I think they probably would, I mean, if they're matched up against a team like the Heat or the Celtics, then it's a different story. But I think we will see, though, once playoff basketball is happening and the Bucks are, doing everything they possibly can to win, I think we're going to see a much more dangerous Bucks team. And I don't know. I kind of want to pick the Bucks to win the East.
I'm not going to say that, but I think the playoffs are going to be an unbelievable chess match. I think Kevin Durant being healthy is really important for a lot of reasons. Obviously, one of the best scorers to ever play. But I think we're going to have to see a lot of Kevin Durant at 5 for the Brooklyn Nets, because I'm not sure, DeAndre Jordan's fast enough to guard these screen and rolls. I'm not sure he's a high enough level defender, effort player still to, continue playing him at that 5. And what really interests me is the 76ers matchup versus the Brooklyn Nets. If KD goes to the 5, obviously he can't guard Embiid, but nobody on the Nets can. We talked about this before, and I was kind of on the other side of it, but now, I'm kind of coming back. Ben Simmons' inability to shoot is going to be so big because you can make Kevin Durant at the 5 sustainable, maybe even just a little bit, if they can double team Embiid on the touch every time off of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
So that definitely scares me a little bit for the 76ers.
What was that? That was our first podcast? That was our first, or it was either our first or a mock. 100%, because that's where we got into this about Giannis, but that's where when a team is specifically game planning to play a team for a 7-game series, it's so different. The NBA is so fast paced. See it this season, more than ever. Teams are playing 3 games in 5 days or whatever. You can only game plan a certain amount. There's only so much these guys can process. Okay, we're playing this guy. Once you are just playing, you're the Milwaukee Bucks. You're playing only, let's say, the Miami Heat. Okay, you're getting Jimmy Butler's tendencies down. You're going, okay, when he drives left, he does this. He pulls up for a jump shot 50% of the time, like off of this. Like, you're getting into advanced things that you really can't get into in the regular season with such a fast-paced schedule. So that's where things like Ben Simmons, they create defensive schemes where it really hurts you when you just have a guy who literally cannot shoot the basketball. Maybe he should switch to his right hand. Recently made a video on, that conspiracy, but he just can't shoot, and he still can't shoot from the mid-range, which to me, it's like, at least figure that out, Like, you can't shoot threes, fine. Get your mid-range jumper down. Make mid-range jump shots. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.